Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. It's Ro and we have another tutorial for you today, and this is going to be a shadow box ornament, and we are going to be using a few die sets from ScrapDivaDesigns, including this one, which is the Memorydex Gingerbread Shaker, and this one, which is the Branches and Ornament Wreath set. So we are going to start off with these pieces right here. So for the gingerbread Memorydex, we are going to be using those two on the right, and then you are also going to be cutting two strips of paper, which is measuring they measure 3 by 12, and then the smaller one is going to be 2 by 12. We're going to be layering those two. And then once you cut your two pieces of strips, we are going to be scoring the bigger one at 0.5 on both sides. So this is the 3 by 12 piece of strip. And again, you are going to score it at 0.5 on both sides. And then the smaller strip, which is the 2 by 12, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cut a little bit of it, just so when I layer the two pieces, you will still see a little bit of the pattern on the pattern of the bigger strip. So that's how it looks when you fold it. So you can see that we can still see a little bit of that pink paper in the back. Up next, we are going to be doing our snips. And this is what I'm doing right here. And this is how it looks when it's done. And then we are ready to start putting everything together. So to do that, what we're going to do is we are going to glue those two ornament base together. I'm cutting two pieces just so we have a little bit of a sturdy base and it's not flimsy. Unless you use a thicker cardstock, then maybe it's okay to use just one. But since I'm using the regular cardstock, so I usually do two pieces. Once you glue those two pieces together, we are now ready to put our strip and the ornament base together. So we're going to put glue onto those flaps, and we are going to start gluing it. What I did here is I glued from the bottom first, so when we glue the whole thing, the overlapping part is going to be on the bottom, so you won't see it on top. So we are going to glue all of those, and when you reach that top part with the head of the ornament, what I'm going to do is I am going to, instead of gluing the flap on top of the base right here, once I get to that head of the ornament, I am going to glue the flaps inside. Oh, I hope that made sense, but I'm going to show it to you here. So that's how it looks. See how I glued those little snips inside. And then once you get to the bottom, you're just gonna overlap it. You don't need to cut the excess. So you are going to glue the two corners together. And then you let it dry. And then once that is dry, the next thing you're going to do is you are going to grab the circle pieces from the same die set, which is the Memorydex Gingerbread Ornament, a Gingerbread Shaker. Just finishing it off here, and then these are the two circles So one will go inside, and then you are gonna glue that, and the other one will go outside. So we are gonna sandwich those flaps so you won't see it. Now let me just glue this onto our snips, the flaps. And while I'm doing that, oh, let me tell you that I am going to be sharing the links to these products down below. So if you want to check it out, you could check the links, and don't forget to use my code RHODA10. That's RHODA10 to save 10%. So here we are just gluing those two pieces together. You let it dry, and once you're done with that, we still need to do something with our front, because you see how it's still not round, which is why we are gonna cut another piece of that base. So there's that, and we are gonna cut off that head because we only need the circle. This will be our guide so that we can fix the edge of our shadow box. So I'm gonna be opening up the flaps, and then I am going to be gluing that base right there. I'm gonna be gluing it inside. So once all the flaps have been glued and it dried, so what we're doing here is we are just going to cut off the excess flaps. So you cut it until you see the edge of that piece that we put inside. And once you're done with that, to make it cleaner, we are going to be cutting another piece of that base that we use to cover up our flaps. Just clean that up a little bit, and then so we are going to cut another one of these, another one of this, and then we are going to cut the head. So we just need the circle. So let me cut that off, and then we are going to glue it on top just so we have a cleaner look. And then after that, we are going to head on to decorating our shadow box ornament. To decorate our shadow box ornament, I am going to be using different kinds of stickers and other embellishments, and I will start off with the chipboard stickers. I'm just adding foam tape just so we have different dimensions. Aside from stickers, I'm also going to be use berries, and then we also have flowers, felt snowflakes. Just use whatever you have in your stash. And don't forget to use foam tape so you have, again, different dimensions. So that's what we're doing right here. And then I'm just going to add more until we are satisfied with how we decorated the inside. Up next, I'm going to be adding some flowers. You will notice that for all of the projects I did for Christmas in July this year, I have not used any poinsettia, which is the usual Christmas flower, but I have been making a lot of the romantic vintage tags, the flowers that I included in that die set, also from ScrapDivaDesigns. So I've been making a lot of those because they are so pretty. So those are the flowers that I use in all of my ScrapDivaDesigns, and not just ScrapDivaDesigns, but my other Christmas in July projects. So yeah, there I pointed out that I also added that felt snowflake up on in the inside, on the inside of our shadow box. In here I have cut a few branches, a few pieces of that branches and ornament wreath set, and I'm going to be cutting off those parts that do not have the branches because we just need the ones with the branches, since the circle and those branches, the wreath and the shadow box ornament, they don't have the same size. So here I'm just figuring out where to put each of the branch. So I'm gonna put one there, and you will notice that I am only using the branches that point the same way. And here I am also just going to cover one side of our ornament. I thought that if I would cover both sides, you wouldn't be able to see what's inside the ornament anymore, since the branches are kind of long. So yeah, I just decided to just put the branches on one side. So we are just going to add the branches until we are satisfied with how thick and how layered they are. So I'm just going to be adding a few more here before we finish it up. Once you are satisfied with the branches, if it's a good thickness already and you're done with that, so here I'm just adding the flowers to finish off our shadow box ornament. Again, you will see that I'm using different ScrapDivaDesigns flowers. So here, aside from the previous flower that I used, I also used Sakura Flowers, which is also one of my favorite flowers from ScrapDivaDesigns. And then I am using different Christmas colors, and I am making 2 clusters of flowers, so one in the bottom and then one on top. And there's that. Again, if you think you need to add more branches, go ahead. I'm going to be adding just a few more because we did cover a few branches when we placed our flowers. So I'm going to be adding a few more right here. And there you go. Here I am adding a few more berries to finish off our ornament. If you want, you can also use add different sentiments on top, but if you are only decorating one side, make sure that you just decorate one side. Don't put anything on the other side, just so you can still see the inside of our shadow box ornament. And we are just putting our very last berry right there. And I am ending it here. I think it looks cute enough, so I'm not going to be adding any more. And yeah, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. comment, subscribe if you still haven't, and thank you so much again for stopping by, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!